Hello, quick question. Do you have a succession plan in place? Do you? Do you? Is it written? If it's written, formalized, and well documented, it's all planned out. Fantastic. Kudos to you. If it's not written, but it's in your head and you're executing it, bravo. Try as much as possible to document it so that it becomes a living plan. Why am I saying this? One of the things that threw me, remember I told you I dropped out from doctoral study, so I'm a billionaire in the making. One of the things that got me thinking around that time was the issues around business longevity. And I looked all around me in Africa and I didn't quite see dynasties or companies or institutions that had outlived 3 generations. No, I couldn't find them. If they are existing, they're very few. But I think that one of the problems we have there is that the governance structure, the systems in place, especially around continuity of plan and systems, is missing in a lot of startups. A startup comes up from an idea, from a reason to solve a problem, and so on, and it almost lives and dies with the promoter, the founder. Nowadays, we're seeing mergers, we're seeing acquisitions, we're seeing things around exits that give us some hope that organizations would outlive the initial promoters. But then we still need to do the fundamental work. As an entrepreneur, what would happen when you exit? Do you think it will continue beyond you? Do you think it will do 5 times, 10 times, or 20 times what you are doing? That is, it would actually even go further. I know someone who said that he worked in a chain pharmacy, and when the owner had to relocate for a period, when the pharmacy owner came back, the person met the pharmacy 2, 3, multiple times better than when it was left. I was thrilled because for me, that is an example of someone who had put in place systems and structures that whether he or she was there or not, his team, her team could continue. All these are part of your succession plan. But really, do you have a succession plan that shows what would happen when you exit? Do you have it documented? Have you discussed it and deliberated and brainstormed it? Not just with maybe your senior team, but with others like your board of directors and probably even other entrepreneurs so that you can borrow ideas from what they are doing. Why is it important? Have you thought about the pain and the pure anguish that goes with building a big organization that could even become listed and no one really wants to take over? No one wants to take on the reins to move it forward, whether in your family or outside. There might be a few people that will say, oh, we'll continue, but really the dream, the heart, the spirit behind the organization typically resides in one individual and then spreads down the pyramid. So somebody has to take over the spirit of the organization. Organizations are not lifeless. We might think that they are inanimate, but really they work with energy. And that energy resides in the spirit of the originator or the promoter. Even if there are 2 promoters, co-founders, or it's a whole committee or a board, it resides somewhere. Now, if there is an exit or a transition from that person who carries it onto the next person, will it falter or will it thrive? It's important to plan for it, to be intentional about passing the baton and then putting in place the system that would ensure success. That's really what a succession plan is about. Whether it's about your child or about a great manager who will take over, put one in place and let it work. That's my charge to you today.